Breaking today, bombshell allegations Donald Trump mentioned in newly released Epstein files. The fallout live from the White House.
Life sentences for gang leaders. Victoria's new crackdown on crime bosses caught recruiting kids.
Rammed, run over and robbed. Live to the Brisbane motorbike rider who escaped this shocking road rage attack.
Judgment Day, the teen who murdered a Queensland grandmother hours from learning his fate.
Final.
Follow a rare solar storm creates a breathtaking show from Sydney to Perth.
And Melbourne. Thunderstruck. 80,000 fans pack the MCG as AC/DC rocks the city. Today, Thursday, the 13th of November, 2025.
From 9 News, this is your news today.
Good morning and welcome to your news today. Coming up this Thursday, a Turkish plane carrying at least 20 passengers crashes on takeoff. Plus, Susan Lee one step closer to dumping net zero, the fallout from Canberra. And parking nightmare, how an Aussie turned a measly fine into a $46,000 feud.
We begin, though, with breaking news where explosive new Epstein emails have been released, alleging that US President Donald Trump was aware of Epstein's conduct and, quote, knew about the girls. Let's go live to 9 Washington correspondent Lauren Tomasi in the US Capitol. Lauren, good morning to you. We've just heard from the White House.
Carl, we've just heard from Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary to Donald Trump, who says this is all a manufactured hoax by the Democrats. And she says that the Trump administration has done more for transparency in regards to the Epstein case than any other administration. That coming in response to 3 private emails, which were this morning released by US House Democrats. They form part of thousands of documents relating to Jeffrey Epstein. And in these emails, Jeffrey Epstein names Donald Trump multiple times. I want to show you one of those emails written in 2019 in which Jeffrey Epstein alleges of Donald Trump. Of course he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. Ghislaine, of course, being Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's associate, who is right now serving time behind bars for sex trafficking. The White House responding just moments ago.
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong.
We are yet to hear from the US president directly, but Donald Trump is due to host a dinner at the White House a little later on today. There have now been a further 20,000 documents released relating to Jeffrey Epstein by House Republicans. A lot of content to get through, and we are wading through all of those documents. Carl.
Lauren, thank you. The bodies of 19 soldiers on board a Turkish military cargo plane that crashed in Georgia have been recovered, along with the aircraft's flight recorder. The Turkish president says efforts are ongoing to locate the remaining victim's body. The crash is Turkey's deadliest military accident since 2020. A private funeral for conservationist Dame Jane Goodall will take place in Washington today. The invite-only service is being held at the Washington National Cathedral, but the public is being encouraged to watch it live online. There were a group of 20 therapy dogs that greeted her urn and funeral guests as they arrived. Dame Goodall died on the 1st of October at the age of 91.
Incredible legacy. Well, the Victorian government will today continue its crackdown on crime by announcing proposed tough new jail sentences for so-called puppet masters. Let's go live to Today Melbourne reporter Christina Hearn. Chris, good morning to you. This is targeting gang leaders.
That's right, Sarah. So this is targeting those adults who recruit children to commit violent crimes on their behalf. So under this new proposal, they will face a maximum of 15 years in prison. That's up from the current 10. However, if they recruit children to commit aggravated home invasion or aggravated carjacking, which is a real problem here in Melbourne, they could face a maximum life in prison. So this new proposed justice reforms are set to be announced today by the Victorian government and does come 24 hours after they announced their adult time for violent crime proposed legislation. Sarah.
Thank you, Chris. Well, officers are searching for a man who stole a wreath from a police memorial in Sydney's CBD on Remembrance Day. The man, aged in his 40s or 50s, stole the wreath around 7 a.m. on Tuesday, then walked to Parliament House where he assaulted 2 people, including a journalist. Police say he then damaged the back of a car by kicking it as it pulled into an underground car park. The teenager who murdered Queensland grandmother Vilene White will be sentenced today after family members of the victim shared their pain in court. The 70-year-old was fatally stabbed at an Ipswich shopping centre car park last year by a then 15-year-old boy. Her young granddaughter was with her at the time. Despite the family being integral in campaigning for Queensland's harsher youth crime laws, the teen will be sentenced under the state's old legislation.
Queensland police are closing in on a driver behind a shocking attack, ramming and almost running over a motorbike rider.
I just got into a crash. What the are you doing, bro?
Let's go live to Today Queensland reporter Andrea Crothers. Andrea, the footage, gee, it's hard to watch.
Carl, it sure is. It's actually unbelievable. So this all unfolded at a red light. That is where the motorbike rider had stopped. It was on Gympie Road in Aspley when suddenly he was rear-ended before the red Mazda appeared to reverse up and actually try to run him down. Take a look.
I think at one point my legs were underneath this car and I was just, my heart was beating. I was thinking, is this it?
Rashir Awadi speaking exclusively to Nine. He then, after that, had attempted robbery, the actual vehicle trying to then go and take his bag before racing off. Police believe they know who is responsible for this. They are urging the driver to turn himself in.
Andrea, thank you.
A majority of Liberal MPs have spoken in favour of dumping net zero during a marathon meeting which looked more like a leadership contest. Let's go live to Today Federal Politics reporter Liz Daniels, who joins us from Parliament House. Liz, good morning. The party is poised to ditch the policy.
Yeah, following in the footsteps of their Nationals partners, Sarah, after a day that was defined by one image. This show of force from the Conservative faction of the Liberals, Angus Taylor and Andrew Hastie arriving in numbers, and the numbers went their way. We're told at least 28 members spoke yesterday in favour of ditching the net zero target by 2050. Fewer than 20 fought to keep it in a meeting that lasted close to 5 hours. Here's Susan Lee emerging.
The Shadow Ministry will convene tomorrow to resolve our final position, but it was an excellent meeting and terrific to hear from all of my Liberal Party colleagues.
So we wait now for that Shadow Ministry meeting this morning. The party is expected to stick with the Paris Climate Agreement but scratch the specific target and timeframe for net zero. In a stark contrast to that cabal which surrounded her leadership rival Angus Taylor, that's Susan Lee arriving at the meeting with just one supporter. Sarah?
A lot of smoke smiles in that cabal as well. Liz, thank you. Australians diagnosed with a rare blood cancer can access a new subsidised treatment from today. The drug will be added to the PBS for patients who can't undergo stem cell transplants. It takes the cost from $150,000 for the first year to just under $32 a month before dropping to $25 next year.
Food delivery giant Menulog has announced it will cease operations in Australia, costing 120 people their jobs and impacting thousands more casual workers. The Australian company blaming challenging circumstances for the decision, sparking concern that less competition in the food delivery market could push up prices. A woman in Adelaide has spent $46,000 in a 4-year legal battle over a $107 parking fine. The woman was issued a ticket by the Playford Council for double parking on a residential street, but she argued she was stuck in traffic. In the end, a panel of judges in the state's highest court decided the parking fine was valid. Aussie rock royalty AC/DC have blown the roof off the MCG, kicking off their long-awaited Australian tour with a thunderous bang. Thousands of die-hard fans packed the iconic stadium for a night of pure rock nostalgia, belting out classics as the legendary band lit up the stage. The group has one more Melbourne show this Sunday before heading to Sydney.
He's 70.
It's amazing, isn't it?
How good does he look?
Energy as well, just bouncing around the stage like that.
Amazing.
I like that when I'm 70.
It's like Dickie.
It is like Dickie.
Timeless.
Doesn't
Dickie's
age.
not 70 yet, but I'm just saying. No.
He's only 50.
An incredible sight stretched across the country's skies last night. Here it is, the Aurora Australis creating a stunning display of southern light.
Gorgeous, isn't it? From Sydney to Melbourne, Adelaide to Perth and Tassie, locals stopped in their tracks, whipping out their cameras to capture the show. Residents were not disappointed. Even horses were spotted soaking up the glow. Why wouldn't they?
Take a look at the weather across the country now. Mostly sunny conditions for Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra and Perth this Thursday morning.
Probably some cats and dogs would have taken in the view as well. While expected showers are likely to increase in Hobart and Adelaide.
Oh, I'm disappointed I mixed it.